Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to another video, and today in this video I'm going to be explaining something that I often get asked, and that is why do I like Sonic? So that is what I'm about to explain. It's pretty personal to me, so it's been going on for like many years now, like nearly 10 years I think, or something like that. So let's just get right into it and get explaining. Well, it started when we had to move into our new house, which is this house, and I had to stay around my nan's for a couple of days. And as soon as at that point I was pretty young, I must have been like 5 or 6 back then. I didn't have access to any video game at all. Like, I didn't have a single video game console. The only video game consoles I did have was a PlayStation 2, but I never actually played it until we moved into this house. But before we get into that kind of stuff, let's talk about what actually happened. So I was young, like I just said, and because I got bored really easily, one of the things I would do when I was there to keep focused and motivated to do stuff was I would play on my nanny's Sega Mega Drive. And the Sega Mega Drive was, seeing as my nan was like, that was the only thing that she had. Because in the 90s, the Sega Mega Drive was pretty popular. Same thing with like Sonic games and a lot of other games on that console. So my nan showed me quite a few games on the console, and one of them being Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game. She also had Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic Spinball. And yes, and surprisingly enough, I actually still have my old Sega Mega Drive even to this day, and it still works. It's pretty amazing how these things hold up. Unlike some consoles, the Ring of Death. When I started playing, it got me hooked almost right away. All the platforming, it just felt like a great challenge. Because I always loved challenges, and this just felt like a great challenge. Yeah, the design of the game was amazing. The graphics looked just so nice for its time, and it just felt that people nowadays just don't appreciate like how good this stuff is for its time. It was filled with like tons of speed, and it just got me hooked like the second I started playing. And when I started playing, I knew I was going to be following this franchise for a very long time. Every game had always offered a new and fresh experience, which made it really exciting for me. So whenever there was a new Sonic game, I was so hyped. All the characters were always well developed, and they were always a great experience for me. Always seeing the cutscenes, and then they always had so much characters to them. Where most games, they don't really focus much on the characters that much in terms of cutscenes and stuff. They always had great storylines as well. Yeah, Sonic as a character on his own was just so likable, and it's so bright and colourful, and there's just so much characters to them, and they just make him likable. I remember the first time I played Marble Zone, and oh my god, I got so wrecked like the first time I played it. Based like platform gameplay was very difficult to me as a kid. Back then, I can remember playing the game for hours, just trying to complete the game. Then I got to Scrap Brain Zone, and I got completely destroyed and wrecked at it. Scrap Brain back then was so difficult. Then I would have spent hours playing the game, but now today, I could probably finish it within like an hour and a half or something, I'm not even sure. But around like in maybe 2 hours. And from then on, after I beat the game with the help of my nan, because there was literally no way a 5-year-old could beat the game without help, because I was so young back then, but I was pretty good at it for my age. But then speaking, like, my nan did a lot of the work, especially trying to get around like Labyrinth Zone. So after we beat the game, it turns out that I had to go to my new home, which happens to be this home. Why did I just go quiet? So when we got home, I had a look around and been pretty surprised what the home was like. One of the first things that I did was ask, once we were settled in and stuff, is I asked that if we could buy some Sonic games on the PlayStation 2. And to my surprise, it turns out that I already did have some Sonic games on there, since I was never actually allowed to go on the PS2. But they had Sonic Mega Collection. And from then on, when I managed to play Sonic Mega Collection for the first time, I had access to tons of the old Sonic games. And that being said, that includes Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Knuckles, Flicky Island, Spinball, Mean Bean Machine, and loads of other Sonic games. So it includes all the Sega Game Gear and Master System games. And also, I recently bought the PC version of the game as well, so that is a massive bonus. And seeing I was a kid at that time, I used to draw loads of stuff in it, like I just used to draw on the manual, just so funny. Like looking at it now, it just looks so bad. Look, I literally drew everything in there, like as a kid. Sonic. And when my sister went on TV, she discovered that there was a Sonic show called Sonic Underground, and she showed me it, and I really thank her for that. I even bought some of the DVDs because I'm savage. Sonic stuff just started appearing everywhere, and whether it be in stores, car boots, and when I was in the store, I discovered these little gems right here. And these are some other Sonic shows. I literally spent hours watching these, like all the time. I used to watch them all the time. I really got the most out of the character. It was just so awesome for me, and I still love these shows even to this day. They're amusing in their own way. Then I discovered even more Sonic shows. I literally watched every single episode of Sonic X. I don't have them all on DVD, but I've watched them like through online and stuff. I've seen all 78 episodes of Sonic X, and it's awesome as hell. And my mum and dad even bought me these for Christmas, which are Sonic the Hedgehog DVDs, and they're so cool. Like it's like the most savage theme tune ever. Like, I'm being serious. Just take a listen.
Blue streak speeds by, Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude.
I also have these as well, but I don't think anyone really wants to talk about Sonic Boom, especially because the story takes place in the past, not now with Sonic Boom! And Sonic Heroes, my favorite game of all time. I have so many memories of this game, and this is the game in particular that got me right into the series, and that also got me to watching shows, playing the other games. This was the game that got me into pretty much everything Sonic related. Like the first two Sonic games, or the first couple of Sonic games I played, they helped me like get interested in the game. But this was the game that got me right into the series. I loved how you could play its 12 characters, including Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, and a load of other new characters that were new to me at the time, like Charmy, Vector, and Espio. And I even Big the Cat, because at that time I didn't even know Sonic Adventure existed back then. It took me a while until I figured everything out. I didn't figure out about Sonic Adventure until like I started watching YouTube. And how could I forget Metal Sonic? I remember after I beat all 4 stories, I would get to the last bit of the game to go to the last story, and the second I clicked on it, Omo Chow would come and say, "You have to select 7 Chaos Emeralds to get to the last story." I'm like, just why? Even joking when I say this, I literally spent years on the PS2 trying to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. The reason it took so long is because my old version of Sonic Heroes had been, like, I lost it. The disc just stopped working without, actually. So a friend of mine actually let me borrow his copy of Sonic Heroes. Seeing as he lived far away, I couldn't, like, get it to him. So I had a couple years, I had it for, like, a couple months. at least. I think it was like 6 months. I had it for quite a while, and in that time I managed to replay all 4 stories and complete it again. But then I lost it again because I had to. Yeah, he came around like a couple months later, as soon as he lived far away, like I said, and I promised him I would give the game back. And I did. I went like 2 extra years without the game, and I watch videos on YouTube all the time of this boss. It just looks so cool. And seeing as I was a massive Metal Sonic fan back then, he was literally, even to this day, he's my favorite. Even to this day, he's my favorite villain from the Sonic series. Like, he just, especially in his like Metal Madness form, in the Neo Metal Sonic, it just looks so cool. I mean, look at him. Like, you see Metal Sonic, and then he's just such a cool villain. I don't know why I liked him so much, and I don't even know why I like him so much, but he's just so cool to me, and like, I love like the fact he's like the evil version of Sonic, and if Sonic was ever roboticized, I would imagine him being something like this. Or, and like, I liked his original form, and then I saw his Neo Metal Sonic form, and it just looks so awesome. I'm not even kidding. I still think today this is my favorite Sonic boss of all time. And when you do, and when I finally did get a copy of Sonic Heroes for the PS2 game, which I bought my own copy, a new copy which was in like the platinum case, I played all 4 stories again and completed the game. And as I went along, I spent at least 2 weeks getting all the Chaos Emeralds, but nowadays I could probably do it in like not even a week. I can get it in like 2 days or something. That's how good I've gotten at the Sonic Heroes games. And then I finally did the boss, and I completed it, which was so awesome. And then someone gave me the PC version, and I completed the game again on there. And when you get to the final part of the Metal Overlord stage, when you go as Super Sonic and then Tails and Knuckles and the weird bubbles, the most awesome thing about that boss is the really awesome music. Like, I even downloaded the MP3 for it. It's just so awesome. I recommend you do take a listen. Here's a little snippet of it, like a little sneak peek. If you want to go listen to it, you can just search it up. It's pretty easy to find. Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Here for. Hey! Trying to reach inside of me, trying to drain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. And in Christmas 2010, I got the Xbox 360. And with some of the money that I got for that year, I bought Sonic Unleashed. I'd already played the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed, and I loved loads of the Sonic Wii games, which I spent hours playing for each and every single one of them. I'm being serious, when I saw the Werehog for the first time, I was both terrified, but at the same time, I was so fascinated and interested at the same time. And I'm being serious when I say this, guys, and you're probably gonna hate me for it, but I actually enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog. Are you triggered yet? Heck, I even enjoyed aspects of 06, I'm not even kidding. I remember when I played the HD version of Sonic Unleashed for the very first time, and then just being blown away with how fast Sonic was going. Like, oh my god, look at him go. The graphics just look so amazing, and so vibrant, so colourful. Very different style to how Sonic normally plays in his games. It just gets better and better with every game I played. Then there was the nighttime stages, which were very different in their own way, but at first I thought it was like a more average beat 'em up style gameplay, but if you think about it, they also have like they have many combos with stuff. It's better, it has more combos than Sonic Fighters, let's say. So it was okay at best, and it had some pretty decent level design and puzzles, and some fighting sequences. And this is the Wii version, by the way, so the HD version's better though, it has more combos. Nothing better though. The daytime stages were the better part though of the game, like way better. Then I bought Sonic Colors for the Wii, and this was one of the latest Sonic games at the time, so it was pretty new at the time. And yeah, it was another boost game, just like Sonic Unleashed, but it was very different. It had more like 2D sections. It wasn't as fast as Unleashed, but it was very enjoyable with the gameplay. And they also introduced the Wisps, which by the way are awesome. Then Sonic Generations was announced. When I first heard about Sonic Generations, I was unbelievably hyped. You would not believe it how hyped I was when I first saw this. When I first saw the trailers, they were just so amazing. Seeing two Sonics, which were really outstanding, because like you would never expect to see classic Sonic come back, and modern Sonic. They just both come up together for one awesome game. It's like I even watched the trailers today. I watched some of them today, and I still get hyped for it, even though the game's already out. It's been out for years. I still get hyped when looking back at the trailers. It was so awesome. I mean, so long story short, I love the Sonic franchise. It's been with me for over 10 years now, and it's about time I explain why I like the franchise so much, and how I got into the series and everything. Like, there's so many other stories, like, from my experiences with the series, but if I were to explain them all, I would literally be here all day. And I think the video's gone long enough already. It's gone around like 20 minutes or something, or almost 20 minutes. And you may be thinking, well, Anthony, as soon as you've been like with the franchise so long, you've got to be biased in some areas. Well, yeah, but there are some games I don't like including both Sonic Drift 1 and 2. The graphics in this were okay at best, but the gameplay was just so bad with the slippery controls, and it just felt like really bad. And the music just felt like it came like an outside of an ice cream truck. I'm being serious, that is just so bad. Like, I hate this game so much, I'm not even kidding. Sonic Labyrinth is probably one of the slowest and most boring Sonic games I've literally ever played in my entire life. And it's just so boring, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's just so bad. Like, I think most Sonic fans would agree that making Sonic slow in this game was a terrible idea. Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis for the GBA. Oh, how bad could they make the original Sonic 1? This has to be literally the worst port of a video game I've literally ever seen. This is just so bad. How did they screw this up so badly? It's just so bad. Look, it's so laggy. The music, oh my god, look, it's even worse than Sonic Drift. And just, how did they screw this up? How hard could it be just to port Sonic 1? Like, Sonic 1 was such a great game, and then they messed it up in the Game Boy Advance ports. This game is literally cancer, I'm not even joking. And Sonic Boom, let's just not talk about Sonic Boom, okay? This game just, oh my god, this game. And recently we've been getting a lot of news about Sonic Forces, which is the new 3D Sonic game that we're going to be getting. So I'm so excited to see what is going to happen with this game, because it just looks so promising. I think this is going to be one of the best Sonic games we've had in a long time. And seeing as it's going to be a free style, and plus in the theme tune, there are a lot of like Sonic Heroes like references. And if they say they're going to be free play styles, I wonder if this has something to do with Sonic Heroes. So that just makes me even more hyped into seeing what we're going to get from Sonic Forces. And now for Sonic Mania. I've been getting a lot of gameplay reveals of some of the stages. We're going to be getting, that includes Flying Battery and Green Hill Zone, and many other original stages. So I'm just so excited to see what we're going to get from this game. I mean, I haven't played a proper good Sonic game like this in an extremely long time. They tried it with Sonic 4, but they've never become as good as this. This just takes it to a whole new level, and I'm so excited to see what this has to offer.
So anyways, that's pretty much for this video today, guys, and if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys, goodbye.